And welcome to the CrankGameplays office tour. The last time I saw you, my office was in shambles. It was a complete mess, and we cleaned it up. But this time, I'm showing you the finished product and going in depth with everything that I have here. As you can see on my computer, I was actually just editing this. And as I was editing it, because I just filmed it as like a normal like sit-down vlog, and then I had like B-roll shots of stuff, it was just boring. It was so boring. How do we make it less boring? This is how. You're in my hands. It's more exciting. So I thought that I would take you on a tour more like this, and it would be easier for me to shoot stuff and talk about it and then show other B-roll shots maybe, rather than me just sitting down being boring. So let's get into it. So when you first walk in, go through my garage. Wow, wow, wow. What a sight to behold. You walk in and you just say, oh my gosh. Isn't that right, buckaroo? Isn't that right? Say goodbye to the outside world. We're locking it in. I do always lock that door whenever I record. It's just a habit now, but I don't want people sneaking up on me. This is a deadbolt here, guys. No one's sneaking up on me today. So you walk in, we got the big door, we got my my whiteboard that I schedule videos with. We got a little table that's got a little Wolverine and a no-face and a controller and the remote control for my TV. Very exciting stuff. We got the big couch here. We got Spencer awaiting, just being cute, just sitting around being a cute boy. So we've got just the big couch here. This is where like, I don't do this as much as I should, but just like hang out and play games on the couch if other people are over. And Brian and Marcus and Morgan are gonna be here very soon. And so I'm planning on recording a bunch of stuff with them while we're here, so we get to do some couch co-op stuff or just chill and have a fun time, you know? We've got the TV, the PS4, a bunch of charging stuff, which is very, very cool. This is a 55-inch Samsung 4K TV, and I also want to use this space more for like, maybe like live streams and stuff, and just have more of a chill environment, because I don't use this part of the office all that much. And then above the TV, we have two little things on the wall. This first one being the silver play button that I got from YouTube when we hit 100,000 subs. So thank you very much for that. That's up there. And then we also have this one, which is like the comment one that YouTube sent out. YouTube sent it out to like a bunch of YouTubers, and it's just my logo made out of comments from the channel, which is really cool. So yeah, I don't know how well you can see that, but it's pretty sweet. I like it. And then the last thing on the non-recording side, we have this awesome neon sign that you guys actually got for me for my birthday. And it's so cool. Look at that. It's so cool. I really do love it a lot. It makes this room just like so much more chill, and it's nice having something on this back wall because it was just completely empty before. And it just, I don't know, it brings the room around. I really like it. And then as well, we have this, which is not super organized, but it's basically just a bunch of gear. There's lenses on there, there's a second camera, I have like a gimbal, I have some like monitors and stuff like that. Just a bunch of other gear stuff that I have on a shelf to keep it semi-organized and just so I have a spot to put stuff. And then I also have a 5-pound bag of nerds. And then this is just pretty much open space. There's all the wires that I cleaned up the other day. It's not great, I know, but it's good enough. And so now we come to the big desk part. Wow, wow, wow. Again, this is where I do all of the recording for pretty much all of my videos. Everything is right here. It's my home base, and I've finally gotten to a point with my office because I've been wanting to do this for a while. I've lived here for a year now, but I still was trying to upgrade some stuff and make it perfect and make it exactly what I want. And now I feel like I have that. I really, really love this recording room a lot. It works super, super well for me. So we've got my mic, my keyboard and mouse, all of my audio gear. We've got my monitors. We've got my speaker monitor things. We've got where my camera usually goes, but I'm using the camera right now, so I can't put it there. You understand, you get it. So I guess let's just go through and I'll show you each little thing. I'll have maybe some like cool little more cinematic B-roll shots to put in there to make it a little, just a little bit more fancy. But yeah, let's talk about it. So first things first, on the desk, we have my 2 monitors. I have this amazing 32-inch curved gaming monitor from LG, and they were so kind and sent it over to me. I really, really love it. It's just so nice playing games on it. It's 120 hertz as well, so everything is really, really smooth. And then I have a 165 hertz 27-inch monitor from Asus that I use for my secondary monitor. I've pretty much always used 2 monitors. It's just nice to be able to put something on a different screen. And especially now that I have this curved monitor, it's nice too because for editing, because I used to have stuff on 2 different screens, but now like the ultra wide is so nice to edit on. You have so much space and it's so great. This is not a sponsored video, but LG did send me the monitor over for free. They were super, super generous. LG, thank you so, so much. If you want to check out the monitor for yourself, which I highly recommend you do, go in the description. I'll have a link there. As far as peripherals go, I have my mouse and keyboard down here. I use a Razer Lancehead and then a Razer Deathstalker. Both of those are chroma because I like it when they light up. I like that. Both of those are chroma. I kind of want to get a mechanical keyboard. I just really miss it a lot, but I want to find one that's not too clicky-clacky, so then like during recordings you can't hear it. So I might make a change to that soon, but for now, I got these guys, and I really like them. Next up, we have my speakers. So I upgraded sort of recently to actually getting studio monitors because before I was just using headphones to edit, and I don't like wearing headphones all day long, and especially when I'm just like chilling out and editing, and you know, I don't have to worry about the mic picking up noise. I like to do stuff on speakers as opposed to headphones. So I finally upgraded, and I was just using like normal whatever speakers a while back, but I was like, well, I want to like get more into like figuring out audio stuff, and my brother and I were starting to like make some music and stuff, so I was like, I'm just gonna go into it and like get some of the best ones that I can find. And so I got these boys, and I love them so much. These are Yamaha HS5s. They're really, really solid speakers. I love them so much. Everything is just so crisp and clean that come out of them, and it's just like, it's an experience. It's so great. They sound so good. It's not just sound coming out of a thing. It's like, I don't know, it just sounds amazing. And then to get the sound from the speakers to come out of my computer, I have the Yamaha MG10XU, which is a really big audio interface. I don't actually need this. This is what I used for my entire audio interface before, so I had my mic plugged into it and everything, and it's got like different effects built in, and I really, really loved it. But now I just use it to control the volume for my speakers, which is way overkill, but I used to use that entire thing for an audio interface before, so I might get a different one soon that's basically just like to control the speakers, and it's a bunch smaller because this is also, it's kind of big. I have normal size hands for scale. That's that there. If you're looking for an audio interface though, just like a basic one that has built-in effects and everything like that, and there's a ton of dials where you can adjust the highs and the mids and the lows and everything. And it has built-in compressors. It's a really great audio interface. I highly recommend it. So, Yamaha MG10XU. In the other realm of audio stuff, I also got a Go XLR pretty recently, and boy oh boy, do I love this thing. So it's an audio interface that was built specifically with streamers in mind. It's got 4 different sliders that are 4 different channels that you can program things into. It's got a sampling thing, so you can take samples or add in like pre-made ones. It has it has like 3 different mute options. So you can press the actual mute button. You can press the actual mute button and the slider physically moves, which is so cool. Or you can press this, which just will mute it while you're pressing it. Or you can censor yourself, which is pretty funny. But it's so cool because of the different channels that it has with the sliders here. I can have my mic on one and then the game audio going out to the stream on another, and then the game audio for what I'm hearing on the other. So I can make the game volume lower for the stream, but it can still be loud for me, which is so great. And then you can also put like voice chat if you're playing with other people on a separate channel, so then you can just use the slider to adjust their voice instead of going into all the settings and having to tab out of your game and everything. It's so solid, it's so good. I really, really like it. And it's also super pretty. There's so many like colorful things on this thing. All of the buttons are RGB, the sliders and the knobs are really cool. It's a solid piece of machinery and I really like it. And then the last thing as far as this portion of audio stuff, I have this Aphex preamp here. I got this to just beef up my audio game. And I also got it specifically more towards streaming, because usually when you're just using a normal like audio interface, it's the most raw form of the audio. So there's no compression on it, there's no EQ or anything. And this has compressors built in, and it's a dedicated tube compressor. So it's way better than like most just other compressors and preamps built into other audio interfaces, because this is not an audio interface. It is a dedicated preamp. So it has a dedicated tube in there. And so it just makes everything sound so much more crisp and clean and warm and full. And I really, really love it a lot. It's not at all necessary, but it was something that I wanted to get to just beef up the quality a little bit. I really like. And then we have my microphone. Hello, little microphone, how are you? This is the Warm Audio WA87. This is a mic that I feel like not a lot of people know about. It's like a higher mid-range mic. I think it's like $600 or something like that, which you could pay $30 for a mic all the way up to literally tens of thousands of dollars for a microphone. So it's a bit on the like prosumer level, I guess. It's a really, really solid mic. It sort of is like the poor man's Neumann U87, which is like a really famously incredible microphone, but it's also famously expensive as well. And so this is it has very similar qualities to that microphone. I'm a little bit sad because they came out with a black one recently of this mic, and I almost got it, and then I was like, Ethan, don't buy the same microphone that you already own, but in black. That's stupid. Even though it looks prettier, that's a stupid decision. And then attached to the microphone, I have the Rode PSA-1, which is my boom arm, which I might get a new one soon because of that, but it's a solid boom arm. It gets the job done. I just want something a little less squeaky. Is that it for audio stuff? That's pretty much it for audio stuff. Oh, and then I have my headphones as well. I use the HyperX Cloud 2s. I really love these headphones. I've been using them for like 5 years, I think. The most comfortable headphones I've ever used. They are so fantastic. Oh my God, they're so good. And then even though you can't see my camera that I'm using right now, I'm using the Sony A9. I really love it a lot. But connected to the A9, whenever I record, I use this little monitor so I can see myself. Not only is it a monitor, but it's also a recorder as well, so you can record everything at like huge file sizes because you plug an SSD into it. But it's a fantastic monitor. I really love it. I pretty much just only use it so I can see myself during recordings. And also if I go out and shoot and like get other shots like for vlogs and stuff, I like to bring this as well because it's a better way to view the footage, and it has a bunch of really cool built-in features that I like. And then what does everything sit on top of, Ethan? You may ask. Well, it's all on top of this desk, my uplift desk. What is an uplift desk, you may ask? Well, here, hold on. I'll put you right here. At the press of a button, where are you going? You're going up, aren't you? Wow, science is whack, dude! So this specific desk is a sit-stand desk, but it has like these memory buttons in there. So I can just press a button and then it'll go down to the same level that I started at. And then I don't have to like mess around with lifting up the desk and like figuring out, oh, it's just the right height, because it's all built in and you can put in your own memory things. Oh, it's so great. Oh, these lights you're probably wondering about too. These are just like my backlights that I use to do the cool color stuff. These are really, really great little lights. These are Luxley Cellos. They're pretty small lights. Again, this is my hand for size. So not only can you change like the brightness and everything of the light, but also you can change the color. They have a bunch of built color settings in here that you can use that are basically just different gels, but also you can just use a color wheel as well and change it like that. I really, really love these lights. You can also put a Sony battery on there and use them with a battery instead of having to plug them into a wall. And they're lightweight, they're portable. Slap a battery on there, you can pretty much bring them anywhere. I love them.
You love them, Spencer? I love them, and I love you more than anything.
All right, crawling under my desk, we get to last but not least. This is my sexy ass computer. It's all custom built, custom made, and it is fantastic. It's all sitting in a Corsair Carbide Air 540 case, I think it is. I've been using that case for a while and I really enjoy it. It's more square and it does a really good job with like keeping everything managed, which is nice because all of the cables are basically in a separate part of the computer, which is dope. But I have a GeForce GTX 1080 Ti in there. I use an AMD Ryzen 1920X Threadripper for my processor. I've got 32 gigs of RAM, which I'm probably gonna upgrade to 64 soon. And that's the HyperX RAM that they sent me recently. So thank you so much, HyperX. I've got 10 gigs of internal storage, as well as a 1 terabyte M.2 solid state in there, so it's pretty fast on the boot up. I've got a lot of really good equipment in my PC. For some reason, I still have PC issues, but maybe I'll figure that out one day. I think I'm just cursed, but that's okay. But I really love my PC. It's got a lot of color inside of it, especially with that RAM. It's really, really nice. I really love it a lot. Other than that, that's kind of my setup. That's pretty much it. I've been living in my current house for over a year now, and I've really built out this setup to sort of like my dream setup. I really, really love it. It's so good for what I do. It's a nice amount of space too, so I don't feel cramped. I've got room to just like sort of relax. I've got room to work and stand and sit if I want to. And all of the equipment that I use, I really, really love now. And I feel like after almost 7 years of doing YouTube, I've collected all of this equipment over those years, and I'm finally at a point where I'm like, hey, I don't feel like I need to upgrade anymore. Like I really, really love my setup a lot. And I hope that none of you look at this video and see it as like me trying to brag, but also that you need to use the same equipment that I do. Again, I've been collecting all of this equipment over the course of 7 years. You do not need to like go into YouTube using the same stuff. Most of the stuff that I'm using is way overkill. You don't need to use it. Like this camera that I'm using is way overkill for a face cam. Way over, like I wouldn't recommend it. Just because you don't need it. You could get something that works just as well for way cheaper. But this is the stuff that I use, and I'm really happy with the way that my setup has come around. I hope that you enjoyed this little setup tour. I hope that you enjoyed the little B-roll, some more cinematic footage that I put in. And yeah, let me know what you think of my office. If you want to see an actual list of all of the equipment that I have, because I know I didn't go like super in-depth into everything because that would be a really long video, but I'll leave a link to a website called Kit, and on my Kit page, I have all of the equipment that I have, so you can just go in and look at all of the stuff. It also has links if you want to get any of the stuff that I have, so go and check that out down below. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this little setup video.
Spencer, do you want to come and say goodbye? You enjoyed the setup? You got a little doggy bed in the corner and you really love it a lot.
Thanks for coming to my office, MTV Cribs. Thanks for stopping by. It's been a pleasure, but you know, it's time for you to fuck off now. So sorry, you gotta get out. I don't make the rules. Sorry. All right. Bye bye now. Get out.